The amount of people who leave mean comments about my baby is crazy to me. Grow up, stop being mean to a baby.
So, Riley Reid wants you to believe she regrets her past. Yeah, the same Riley who built a mansion from it. And now she's playing the victim? Oh no, baby, that's not how this works. Welcome back to the cursed corner of the internet where woke cola spills the tea. Unfiltered, uncensored, and sometimes demonetized.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Today we're talking about Riley Reid. Yeah, that Riley Reid, the internet's most searched name right after how to delete browsing history. She's back on the timeline, not with another performance, but with a sob story.
So a lot of times when people ask me if they should do porn, I tell them no. I tell them that it makes life really hard. It makes dating really hard. It makes your family life really hard.
Apparently, she regrets her adult film career and says it ruined her relationships, family life, and the chance to live a normal existence. And while that might tug at a few heartstrings on Reddit, we're not here to play therapist. We're here to break down why this sudden moral epiphany is just another PR move wrapped in crocodile tears.
He has a camera on me and he goes, he's like, oh, do you think my friend Dom is hot? And I was like, yeah, he's cute. He's like, would you kiss him? And I was like, yeah, I'd kiss him. He's like, would you kiss him right now? And I was like, ooh, I'm under a little pressure. I wouldn't naturally kiss him, but like, okay, sure.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Let's rewind. Riley became a millionaire before 30 by doing exactly what she's now condemning. She proudly capitalized on shock value, wild interviews, and explicit content.
We never even had a conversation about the baby. I just got pregnant.
Now, suddenly, she's a reformed soul. She says men don't want to marry her because of her past. Shocker.
I ended up quitting doing gang for him. And so like that was the one choice that I did. And I think that that was already a mistake because I gave him
up
power.
Control.
Yeah, I gave him power. And
it's almost like branding yourself as the queen of chaos has consequences.
Certain things, like, yeah, I mean, I think certain things out of like respect of my relationship with my husband and my family, there are certain things that I will and won't do. So it's like they actually invited me to go do that, like the Tinder video with Logan and KSI, but I was like, to me, that's just not appropriate to be doing.
She claims she's sad, lonely, can't find love. Cue the violin.
I don't even want to have children because I do porn because I'm worried of the way that people will treat my child.
But hold up, didn't she also say, and I quote, "I'll never regret doing." So which is it? Or is it just regret when the brand starts dying?
Never like had any insecurity about my job. I've never doubted my job or anything like that. I've never doubted my ability as a parent or anything because like these people don't know me. They don't know me behind the scenes and everything. Like that was one reason why I even got on your podcast the first time years ago was because I was like, everyone sees me doing porn as like a stupid girl stuck in the dryer. Like,
let's talk about timing. Riley's regret arc comes just as the adult content economy gets flooded. Everyone and their goldfish has an OF now. Being an adult star doesn't guarantee clout anymore. So now, the OGs of the genre are trying the redemption route.
I'm still very much a girl's girl, but I'm more of like an ally of all people versus just women now because I look at my son and how pure and innocent he is and I'm like, there's a little Milo and all these men out there.
Rebranding themselves into cautionary tales for sympathy and clicks.
What is your favorite thing about your husband?
maybe a smile. He has a beautiful smile.
But real talk. She made her choices in a booming industry, profited massively, and now wants to market herself as a victim of her own decisions. That's not redemption. That's strategy.
Me personally, my mom was supportive in the beginning. She kind of just let me do whatever. That I think it was a good thing. I had a lot of freedom. As time progressed and I became successful, I started to feel like my mom was using me so that she could live a more luxurious lifestyle.
She once gave advice to young girls to join the industry, claiming it was empowering.
I do think that any girl who's starting off should do mainstream porn because I wouldn't be Riley Reid if I didn't shoot for all of these hundreds of companies because they helped brand me by like showing me to their fan base and their viewers or whatever.
Now she's doing interviews saying she wouldn't want her daughter to follow her path.
I started webcamming and I wanted to know if I could tell my viewers that you're my daughter so that I can make more money.
You know what's coming after that, right? She's gonna ask you to be on the cam.
Retweet. She's gonna ask
you to be on the cam.
I'm just like, it's different when your parent is like sexualizing you and like, it just makes me feel like I'm like, oh, if you could prostitute me, you would.
So what changed? Oh, right, she became a mom. Funny how people suddenly grow a conscience once they're raising a tiny human. She's walking around in $5,000 outfits, complaining about being judged, while actively profiting from platforms that glorify her past. That's not regret. That's capitalism in a lace bodysuit.
Well, that's a tough one because you may be ready to lose your virginity, but maybe your partner isn't, and you should never pressure anyone to do something that they don't want to do. That goes with saying when I lost my virginity, a guy said no 3 times and I still hopped on it, so you're asking the wrong person.
Let's be honest, this isn't about redemption. It's about staying relevant. The adult content era has evolved.
And they're like, oh, you could do this thing with a fucking makeup sponge. And I was like, you're psycho. Like, okay, get out of here.
And Riley Reid 2.0 is trying to cash in on her softcore comeback.
When you go over for like Family Den, do you guys kind of have the vibe of like, we all
Never.
No.
Oh, really?
Right? But I don't think it's like that with adult stars.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's selling vulnerability now instead of skin. Still monetizing, still performing, just in a different costume.
When I was like, can we like go get coffee and like we could go like get breakfast, and he's like, I don't want to be seen in public with you. And that just hurt so bad, and it sucked.
And don't get me wrong, people change. But when that change conveniently aligns with a new marketing campaign, it smells less like growth and more like a rebrand.
And on my birthday, she sent me her STD test that was taken from 2 days earlier, and she's like, "Hey, can I come over for your birthday?" And I was like, I've been like, no, like I'm pretty like you're joking probably, but also like no. And I said no, and she got kind of upset. Like she was like, "Why do you keep saying no? Like, what is your problem?"
This isn't just a Riley Reid problem, it's a trend.
One, that my child is going to be bullied in school. And 2, they're making TikToks about my delivery of my child and like children going on water slides.
Internet fame burns bright and fast, so when the heat dies down, the tears start flowing.
Writing the checks for the men after your bang is like, but like you feel so G and gangster.
Yeah.
Like, go home now.
Suddenly, everyone wants a documentary, a tell-all podcast, a redemption arc. The problem is,
yeah, she definitely, I was always like, she took me to a parkour gym. Like when we first started like hooking up and stuff, like, oh my God, this is something, this is next level.
it creates a blueprint where accountability gets mistaken for content. You mess up in public, cry in public, and monetize the healing. And the audience, we eat it up every time. But let's be clear, Riley isn't some helpless damsel. She's a businesswoman, and this new sad girl era is just another hustle. So, should we cancel Riley Reid? Nah. Should we blindly believe the sob story? Also nah. Let's call it what it is, content repackaged as confession, a brand pivot, a hustle in heels. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you buy her redemption arc, or is this just a case of buyer's remorse after cashing the check? And hey, if you counted how many times I rolled my eyes in this video, congratulations, you win a cursed bottle of woke cola. Just kidding, but seriously, if you like this kind of commentary, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Woke cola is cooking up chaos every week and you don't want to miss it.